Well, hello and good evening, everybody. It's Thursday, April 11, 2024. Welcome to the only show about Spartan Dawgs, hosted by Spartan Dawgs. This is Sparta MSU. I'm your host, Jason Strayhorn, along with my dog, my co-host, Sedrick Irvin. Man, come on, man. You in public again with that? See, talking about I can't run my house and run around my house, but you keep smoking outside the house.
Hey, but you heard the dog though. Wherever I'm at, I'm gonna be a Spartan dog though.
That wasn't no pit bull.
Right. They're gonna have to feel me straight.
There it is. Right. Don't be afraid of people. They ain't gonna do nothing to you.
I damn near scared everybody in here straight.
Right. We look, if this is your first time, we want to welcome you to the show. If this is not your first time, we thank you for your loyalty. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe buttons and follow us on all of our social media handles at This Is Sparta MSU. And let us know where you're watching from. Man, hey, Swerve, before we get into this, man, we got to talk about the party that's going to happen on April 20th after the spring showcase. Do we have a flyer for that somewhere? You talk about it a little bit, Swerve. I mean, you going to be up here?
Listen. I'm going to be live in color. But matter of fact, starting on Tuesday straight, I'm gonna start picking out my outfit for after the spring game, because I'm gonna be fly.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try on some stuff, and hopefully the people in the contact be like, give me the thumbs up or not, because they're gonna have Tuesday and Thursday. But when I get on the plane Saturday morning, I'm gonna be fly. I haven't been back in a minute.
I know it's been a minute. We got it. Everybody's anxiously awaiting the arrival of Swerve back to campus in East Lansing, because you got to be in the booth with us on the sideline, and then we gonna hang out at the field house. I don't know. Maybe we don't have the flyer. I know the flyer's out there. It's on our social media handles. It should be up. What's up, Swerve?
But straight, all I'm saying to the people that's coming, listen, I don't know what you've been through during the week. I don't know what happened at the job. I don't know what my husband, my boyfriend, or my girlfriend, or my wife did. But when you come Saturday, I just want to have fun. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to dance. I want to hug. I want to take some pictures. I want to do the 2-step, the 3-step. Straight. I want to do it all.
All dogs welcome. It's going to be a dog event. I'm talking every sport, former and current, is going to be there. Here it is right here. Second annual members only event. It's going to be at the Field House at 213 Ann Street in East Lansing. I mean, I think people know where Field House is. If you know anything about downtown East Lansing, it's right down there in the middle, in the action. That's where everything's going to be.
And I got some special guests that I'm going to invite myself. First of all, I'm going to invite Super Bowl champ himself, Plaxico Burress, if he'll show up, but I'm going to invite him. I'm going to invite Robert Smith. Okay. I'm going to invite Flozier Adams. Okay. I'm going to invite Hawkins. I'm going to invite Ike Reese. I'm going to invite Tom Izzo. Now, if they come, it's on them, but I'm going to invite them.
You're going to invite them. I know TJ Duckett, he going to be there. Todd, he going to be in the house. And Mateen, what about Mateen? Mo Cleaves.
Mo Cleaves ain't got a choice but not to be there, because he got to pick me up from the airport.
That's right. There it is right there. Aiden Childs is going to be in the house. I know people want to see the current players too. We have guys like that. Dylan Tatum, the governor's going to be there. You invited Maverick a couple of days ago, so Maverick's going to be in. He's there too.
Yeah, but when Mav come, no red cup for Mav.
No red cups. Yeah, this is a family-friendly event, but you can have a red cup or choose not to have a red cup. It's all good.
I'm going to have 2 of them.
Right. Speaking of how people can get in that are not former athletes at Michigan State, you have to sign up through our Patreon. And let's walk through this real quick, Swerve, if we can. Patreon. You go to the website, patreon.com, and this is on our social media handles. It's in the link in our bio. So you can find this in our link tree. But this is how you do it. You scroll in there. You have different tiers. But all you need to do is a $9 per month. You can cancel anytime if that's what you want to do. Or you can support us, because we bring this to you. We bring this fire twice a week, every week, nonstop, without fail. $25 a month. It gets you more access to tickets, to games, 15% off all merchandise. You see Swerve and me wearing this stuff. $100 now, you get the Spartan Dawg experience. You'll get to be in a WhatsApp group with Swerve, so you can talk to him about how your day is going and everything else. You get 20% off merchandise, and you can get enrolled in sweet tickets at the Breslin. And it gets better as you go. 500, that's for, the big dog sponsors that want to come in, and we can put your logos here on our channel and talk about you every single week. That's a snapshot of how things work. Swerve, man. You pay with a credit card. It gets billed monthly. And again, you can cancel at any time, but it just helps us a whole lot. And that's how you get into the party, to be with all the Spartan Dawgs, right?
So now fans and alumni, if you have business and you want to do sponsorships and things like that, you get the 500, but you got to know what's in it. We on twice a week. We on Twitter. We on Instagram, we on Facebook, we on this, we on that. So everybody gonna see your business. And then if you got a video about your business, we gonna play your business twice a week. So it's gonna get put out there. And then if you got any free shirts and hats, Swerve and Irvin gonna wear the hats on the show. So don't be afraid to do the 500. That's the best deal. And you get tickets, and you get to sit by me at the game. You get to buy me popcorn, and man, we gonna have a ball.
We go ball. That's right. Perfect. Well said right there. Now getting right into the news, because we got to get to our special guest that everybody want to talk to and see coming next. But we have the first time since 2019 where women's tennis has a Big Ten Player of the Week. Congratulations to our very own Rhea Bata.
See, you call her Rhea Bata. She knows Swerve call her RB. But I also told RB she can be a model if she wanted to.
Yeah, she can.
She just ain't got game. She got beauty as well. She's a beautiful Spartan, and I was cheering for her, and I'm happy for her. RB, keep doing your thing. Because me and RB got a lot in common. R&B, running back. You'll get it later.
They're going to be back in action. Travel for a Big Ten weekend slate at Minnesota on Friday, which is tomorrow at 3:30. Then on to Wisconsin on Sunday, April 14th. That's scheduled for noon. So good luck to them as the Spartans hit the road in women's tennis. But speaking of women, they had a special summit at Michigan State here just a few days ago, and MSU was proud to welcome back Andrea Brimmer as this year's keynote speaker. She was CEO of Ally Financial, but it also included the panel of speakers, including 3 Big Ten back-to-back champions, Gabby Stevens in gymnastics, Justina Gaynor in soccer, and McKenna Veen
in cross country.
Yes, moderated by Lexi Austin. We got a quick video here to discuss a little bit about what they covered at the summit.
Welcome to the WLC Summit. I am honored to introduce our keynote, Andrea Brimmer, the Chief Marketing and Public Relations Officer at Ally Financial.
Where I'm at, no matter what interview I'm doing, the first question I always get is not about work or tell me what it was like to be on the Forbes list or tell me what it was like to do this or that. The first question I always get is, you played D1 soccer at Michigan State? Tell me about that. It is an experience that I hope you guys appreciate as student athletes, that you will carry with you for the entirety of your life. You'll find yourself hearkening back to those days where you came together with other women as a team. That will prepare you for big moments in your life, probably more so than any other experience that you've had here, whether it's educational or otherwise.
I find that all the time, that you can't rely on your motivation to keep you going, because if you did, you wouldn't get anything done. Ownership-wise, every summer going into cross-country camp, we get together and we set team goals. This isn't something our coaches make us do. We actually talk as a team and we decide what we are capable of and what we want to try to accomplish. And then we bring those to our coach, and she helps us reach our goals.
I feel like our success really stemmed from the fact that our team is really, really close. You can hear it in how we cheer for each other, how we support each other, every single thing we do, and it's something that our program is really proud to have built. I also want them to remember that the women's sports rule the school. Back to back, back to back, back to back. Now hockey's trying to come on in there, but the women's sports are ruling.
Hey man, like how they got that swag, all the women are ruling campus right now. You saw that. I love it. That was good for the conference there.
It's great. I love women. I mean, go ahead. My bad. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, listen, nothing wrong with that. Women's sports are we all love the women's sports, right? That's what you said.
Yeah, but I really love them. But
that was great, man. But I thought what was good was Andrea Brimmer talking about no matter what room she's in, what interview she does with her Fortune 500 background, everybody wants to know about her Division I soccer days at Michigan State. Hey, man, it opens doors for you, don't it?
You know, a lot of times, man, I mean, you know, everybody's not going to make the Forbes list and things like that, but you can get an opportunity to find a job and resources to make money. But playing a professional, playing a college sport to even receive a scholarship, like, man, that's big, man. You know, I in my lifetime have met a lot of people with a whole lot of money, and they sit there and they ask you 1,000 questions about football, the workouts, man. Could you go through that? Could you do this? And I'm looking at them like, hey, man, your house is worth $10 million, and he made us say, there's no way I could have done that. But, you know, and that's why you get those type of fans, man, that love to see it on TV, because that's sometimes some of them is like, it's something they could have never done or even went through. You know what I mean? So a lot of times they admire and respect it and what you went through.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, man. Beautifully said, you know, said. Swerve, look, man, right now we're going to transition into this because we got to make NIL gifts charitable for people that want to, you know, donate to Charitable Gift America. This is your chance to take control of your NIL contributions and direct them to the Spartan athletic programs of your choice. This is Sparta Fund, powered by Charitable Gift America allows you to choose what sport you support with your NIL donations. All donations are tax deductible, and all athletes donate 5% back to a charitable organization of their choice. Head to cgaathletics.org, Swerve. And look, like what y'all heard so far, because, you know, we got to talk about what's going to happen now, you know. Hit that like and subscribe button. Go to Patreon and get ready for this big event. I'm telling you, please do that. You won't want to miss out on that. It's going to be fun after the spring showcase. But Sarah's going to introduce our special guest after these messages from our friends over at IHOP.
Oh.
IHOP has tons of omelets, so you can have omelets for breakfast, brunch, dinner, or even a brittle of the night snack. Try the new meaty, cheesy, and crispy mega omelet and add cinnamon dippers for $1. Only at IHOP.
Without further ado.
Ooh, that omelet look good. I know what this special guest, I know what me and him will do to that omelet. Whoa. But now listen to this, Gray. Before I introduce this fella, man, I got to go back and let the people that follow us know, you know, when you get a scholarship and you sign and you come to campus, you know, everybody is strangers so much because you really don't know each other.
Right.
So you go from being strangers to teammates. You become teammates before you become friends. Let me take my glasses off because this guy here became more than a stranger. He became more than a friend. He became more than a teammate. We went through that process, and now we're in the process of being brother. We consider ourselves family. You know, one thing I'm going to ask him, this guy ran some routes and caught some passes in college that helped me out at my position, but he did it in high-top Reeboks. That's one question I'm going to ask him straight. How did he do that? Not just that. You know, he had the ambitions and the goals and the aspiration to be one of the top receivers that ever played the game. He didn't want to be average. You know, he wanted to be better than Dre Rising. Not just that, he wanted to be one of the first picks ever to go in the NFL. He wanted to be that guy. But I think he ended up going 8th or 9th. But not just that. He's a hell of a son. And I say that because his mom used to come to our game. And when you talk about his mom, I named her Mom Dukes. His mom used to call me from work and just say, hey, Swerve, how you doing? His mom was my spade partner when she came to campus. She didn't go to the hotels and Coach Saban them house. She was in the dorms. That was Mom's Dukes.
Yeah.
But now we also talking about a guy that caught. I walk around and say, yeah, my brother caught the game-winning touchdown in the Super Bowl. Not just that, The boy sent me tickets and a plane ticket.
Mm.
So when I fire this up, when I'm talking about him, now he became a great dad to the point he has molded, he has motivated, he has taught, he has coached, he has breed two hell of athletes.
Mm. Mm.
And they're beautiful at that. With that, he got one nice size receiver son who took him after his dad, who was number 17 in high school. You can watch his highlights. But what messed me up the other day, Stray,
Yeah.
saw some women highlights and they had McDonald All-American jerseys on. So I'm thinking high school. And Gianni, my niece, she doing work. I had to call. I say, hey, P. Diddy. Said name him pretty. No Diddy. I say, what grade niece in? Oh, man, you know him. Oh, she 8th grade. I say 8th grade. I said, okay.
Hey.
Right. I'm going to make some money off this one. But Spartan Nation, Spartan Dawgs, alumni, friends of a family, I'm introducing no other than, make sure y'all say it right. Take the E out of there. Plaxico Burress, but
Yes,
said call him P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Said name him pretty. Look at him. Boy, you so pretty.
It ain't nothing but juices and berries, man.
Welcome to This Is Sparta MSU, Plex, man. Good to see you, brother.
Man, always a pleasure, man. What's happening, fella?
Hey, man.
That's good.
Hey, good to see you.
Hey,
that was one hell of an introduction right there, Plex. You got to
Oh, man. Hey, man, that's my brother, man. It's been like that basically since the first day I stepped on campus, man. Before I got there, I said, man, who in the hell is Sedrick Irvin? Like, why everybody talking about you meet said? I mean, who the hell is said, man? Who the hell is said? But I do remember, me coming out in '96, and said was one of the top running backs in the country, and I was top wide receiver in the country, but I didn't get to play that '96 season. I ended up going to Fort Union, and I didn't pass my SATs coming out of high school. So I'm going to Michigan State, and I turned on the Michigan State game, first game of the year. I said, man, let me see how good this dude really is from Miami. Man. I put the TV, and 60 minutes later, man, this young man had 4 touchdowns on the opening day. And I was like, yeah, he might be somebody I can work with. Freshman of the week, freshman of the year, man. And man, the rest is history, man. No doubt.
Talk your talk, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, Pete, real quick, man. I want to get into your business ventures that you're getting into before we start talking about, other things and your kids and stuff like that. I know you got some real big things cooking up.
Oh, man, you know what, man? I ended up getting into the franchise industry, man. I ended up Nectar Juice Bar. That's my brand. I'm a franchisee. So I ended up doing like a 3-store deal with the franchise. It's a West Coast brand. And, I was fortunate enough for them to trust me, with their brand and bringing it to the East Coast. So my first store opens here in 2 weeks on April 24th. And I'll put 2 more in New Jersey, and I'm in the process of opening a store in my hometown of Virginia Beach. So that'll be 4, but my ultimate goal is to get to 10. And man, just keep on going, man, and bringing this healthy product and and everything to the people on the East Coast.
That's something I think we definitely got to try to get back to East Lansing, man.
Yeah. You know what? I did my research. I believe they have a clean juice right downtown.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't take anything away from me, expanding, to East Lansing. So that's definitely something that I've been thinking about, man, and sit down with the team and see if it makes sense. And if it does, it's a go.
Man.
Hey, with the clean juice, do it help me with the stuff I with that wheat put in our red cup?
I mean, you can. Well, I'm not clean juice. I'm nectar. So everything we do, man, is, fruits, vegetables, everything is like made to order. Like soon as you walk in, man, we don't use no dairy products. We don't use any sugars. We don't do none of that, man. Everything is basically made to order when you step in the building. So, yeah, that's it, man.
That's
so
right there.
I went out to Costa Mesa, California for a month, man, and I trained. Trust me, man, I'm a master at the bowls and the smoothies and the juices, man. And look,
Lex,
man,
I've seen this out in the West Coast. It's big in California.
Oh yeah, it's real big.
Yeah.
It's real big in California. I think they have about 150 stores between Texas, Arizona, Colorado, and California. And hey, man, I'm bringing it to the East Coast, and man, I think it's really gonna be good.
That's at Acai Bowl.
Yeah, acai.
Acai. That's how you say it.
Yeah, acai.
Acai.
Hey, P. Diddy, is that bowl anything like how you eat them snow crabs and them crab legs? Great, you ain't seen nothing like it. I don't care who you know and who your sister know.
Yo,
Let's get some crab legs and some stone crabs together. Man, this boy here eat the ass off a crab leg.
Let me tell you something, man. Listen, hey, I grew up in Virginia Beach, man. I grew up crabbing from a shorty, man, with just a chicken neck with a chicken leg on the string, and you had the chicken leg on the string, and then you had the pole with the net on it, and you were just to bake the crab, man. And man, that was dinner, man. You get a half a dozen blue crabs out there, man. What you talking about?
Scray, you ain't seen it firsthand like me, brother.
He eat the whole shell, everything.
Hold on. Straight, hold on. What part of your grandma from, Scray?
Indianapolis or Georgia.
Okay, the one in Georgia. If you ever seen your grandma in Georgia eat a chicken bone,
oh yeah,
right? They eat it like no other. Now, my grandma from Georgia, and she eat a chicken bone like to the they call it to the gristle.
Damn
the
right.
gristle, yeah.
Watch P. Diddy eat them crab leg and them stone crab.
Hey man, I love crabs, man. That's my thing, baby.
Yeah.
Love is an understatement.
Gotta have it. Gotta have it.
People from the island Samoa, they eat it like that too. They eat the shell and all. So Virginia Beach, baby. Huh? That's where it's at. Talk about the days back there. You was talking about fishing with the chicken leg for the crabbing. Hey, how was it growing up over there?
Hey man, it was we were surrounded by water. Obviously, growing up where I grew up, we had to get outside the neighborhood to really, kind of venture out. And we was riding bikes everywhere, man. We was riding our bikes to the lake, riding our bikes to the beach, and getting that fishing in and crabbing, because that's what you did, as a shorty, doing out there in the water. I mean, that's what we are saltwater people. We fish, we eat fish, we eat crab, and man, that was our thing growing up. Man, there was nothing like being at my grandma's house, like on a hot summer day, and my grandma had the garden right here, and my uncle, they would come in with, what a bushel of crabs is?
Bushel.
A bushel. It's like
he wouldn't know. Talk to me, P. He wouldn't know.
It's like a wooden
bushel and a peck.
Man, I think in a bushel of crab, it's about 12 or 15 dozen crab. Okay. So, wow, like they would get them. They'll be live. They'll go in the house. We had probably about a 20-gallon pot, about this big around, and my grandma had this wood picnic table in the middle of the backyard, and it was only one table. Like my uncle and my mom, they be standing up, and all the kids be sitting around on this wood little beat up splinters in your ass picnic table, and they just they would cut the trash bag. We ain't have no tablecloth. They take a little trash bag and they cut it, put it on the table, and they would come just dump the crabs on the table, and everybody went for self, man. And that's it. Oh, I was eating crabs like that when I was 5-6 years old, man.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes,
Hell
indeed.
yeah.
Damn,
I remember like it yesterday. No doubt.
That's like them boys out there chasing them rabbits with the sugar canes in Florida, right? Now,
them boys in the muck, Belgrade City.
Yeah, muck.
That's where Newkirk's from. Yeah. But Newkirk ain't. If Newkirk was chasing a rabbit, he ain't catch one yet.
Yeah.
330 pounds. Yeah.
It's over with.
Yeah, it's over with for sure. Now, when did sports come involved in your life? Like, what did you play first growing up?
Man, you know what? Baseball. I started playing baseball was my first sport, man. I was 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that's one of the things that allowed me to develop a gifted hand-eye coordination like real early in life. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I started playing t-ball. I was so good at t-ball. I went straight to the minors. My first bat. I'm left-handed, so Derek Strawberry was my favorite player. First pitch, left field, opposite field home run. And, you know, I was 7, 8 years old at the time. And it was the first sport I loved baseball. And one day, we didn't have a car, you know, growing up. And one day, one of my mom's friends came and picked us up. You know, they could I had the 2 doors and the seat would bend forward, like the old school. Like the seat would tilt, but it would go forward. Right. You jump in the back of the hatchback, the little Pinto or whatever it was. And she went to an elementary school, Lynn Haven Elementary, which is right behind, you know, the neighborhood I grew up in. And we pulled up with some kids, you know, running outside. She said, "Get out the car and I'll be back to come pick you up." I said, "What you mean?" She was like, "Boy, go out there and play and I'll be back to come get you." And I had no idea what I was doing. And I was 7 or 8, and it was a flag football team. And by the time she came back, she said, "What you think?" I said, "I love it. I love it." And man, ever since then, man, I hadn't missed a year of football since I was 7 years old. And I remember my first game, man. I was playing for the Plaza Packers, Green Bay. We had the green and yellow. And my mom was a crazy, avid Redskins fan, Commanders, whatever you want to call them, back in the early 80s, 83, 84. And there was this dude like running around on the field. He had the same skin tone as me. He had the little curl hanging like the helmet, and he wore number 81, and his name was Art Monk. Right? So my mom was a crazy fan. So every time he would catch the ball, we'd be in the house. You know, we ain't had no cable. You know, we'd be sitting down in front of the TV on a little crate, whatever, watching the game. And every time he caught the ball, she would jump up and go crazy. I said, "Man, I want to do whatever he doing to make my mom act like that."
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So when I started playing, I said, "Man, I want number 81." So I had number 81. And I remember my first football game, man. I had a little flag on, little white pants, had my little pony, my little cleats on. So, hey, boy, I was casket sharp. Boy, you couldn't tell me nothing.
Casket sharp.
I was casket sharp in a football uniform, looking good as a bit. So, man, my first play, I ran like a little 5-yard out, and I caught the ball. And I was so scared that I just took off running. And I went down the sideline. I was scared. We won't even tackle. We were playing flag. I was so scared that I just took off running, and I looked beside me. My mom was in front of me. She was running down the sideline. "Go, boy, go." And ever since then, I said, "Yeah, this is what I want to do." And man, to remember, you know, that time in my life, 1983, 84, 85. And I told myself at 7 or 8 years old, like, this is what I want to do. And to be able to actually live it out in reality and to fruition, man, it was just something that I dreamed of, you know, ever since that moment, man. And it's crazy.
Hold on.
You can do that.
You said into what?
Into fruition, man.
That word always trips Swerve up. Fruition.
Yeah, like break it down for me. You know, I ain't go to class like y'all. What?
It's like you see something and you believe in it, but you know you believe that it's happened, but it's unlikely. And when it does, it's like, wow.
Okay. I can better understand that part. Okay.
Right. This was my kind of a plan of what I wanted to do, and it took shape. and it took form like right in front of my eyes, man. Yeah.
I mean, that's special right there. So your mother motivated you in seeing.
Oh man, let me tell you
I
something.
mean, man, Vicky, man.
Nothing like Mom Deuce, man. Mom Deuce was something different. Listen, straight. I used to call Mom Deuce. Mom Deuce used to work at a gas station. Stop me whenever I'm lying, Plex B. Work at a gas station. She ain't calling her son. She'll call me in the apartment. Swerve. This is how she talking to me. Swerve, what you doing? Mom Deuce, I'm just watching TV. Okay, what that boy doing? No, he ain't in no damn class. Go down there and tell him. I'm telling you. And then when she used to come to campus, she the one told me to play spades, right?
She taught you?
Man,
she was always cool. I remember seeing Mom on campus.
Mom Deuce calling me from Mom Deuce calling me from work, man. Me. Man, that was my baby, man. That was my baby.
She was a sports head, man. A lot of people don't know this, but just until maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, like my mom, she was the all-time leading scorer at Norfolk State University in the basketball.
What?
For women, yep. And I think she just got past maybe 7 or 8 years ago. She was that good of an athlete, and she was nominated to the Olympic field hockey team.
What?
But did not have the money and the resources to be able to go and play on the Olympic team, man. And this was back in the 70, 73, 74. Yep. Didn't have the sponsorship or the money to go play for the Olympic team. Yep.
Wow.
Now, I know that we're talking about basketball, and the way I introduced you, and I saw the video of Giovanni, if you watch that video, it wasn't just that she made the layup. See, I'm different. I'm talking about when she made the layup and she was running down the sideline, she was looking like motherfucker, not like I do this. See, I look at those type of things. That showed me I don't fear. Y'all can't stop me. And it's finna be a long night for you. But please watch this video that we about to see my niece. Because I'm getting in that. I'm getting in that NIL. Y'all got me. Play it, baby. Go ahead, Giovanni. Look.
Yeah.
You gotta show how she was looking.
Yeah, you know what, man? Her game, has really evolved over the last few years. And I remember probably about when she was about 4 years old. So I'm sitting downstairs in the lower level, and she's upstairs.
Yeah, because we know you got 4 levels. Yeah, go ahead.
In Jersey, by the way.
Straight. When I say the boy got his own money, the man house to go up the hill and go downstairs, got a whole video. Oh, I'll tell you later. Go ahead.
So I'm sitting downstairs and I'm like, boom, 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 boom. And it goes on every day. And I'm sitting downstairs. I got my movie theater, the damn projector rattling.
Movie theater, straight. Movie theater.
We listening.
So my projector is shaking. I go upstairs. I say, stop dribbling the damn basketball every single day. And I go back downstairs, boom, 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 boom. And I'm just sitting there like, man, this girl gonna drive me crazy, man. And you know what? I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh shit. She loves basketball. It never even crossed my mind. And I'm like, oh my gosh. She's been dribbling this basketball every day for the past year, and it never even hit. I just thought she was just playing with it because it was just balls laying around. So what I did was we went and got a 10-foot basketball hoop and put it in the house.
Hold on, stop.
She played
basketball and put it in the house.
In the house.
The house, right?
Not okay. I got
so. Boy got his own money.
So we took all the furniture out of the great room, and it's just a basketball hoop in Man, she plays on this hoop every single day right now. And it never even hit me that she had fell in love with basketball. And she trains twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. She goes to a trainer. And when she started playing with girls her age, she was so good that it wasn't helping her get better.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So we started playing her up. So she's 14 years old now. She plays against 16-year-old girls, and she doesn't play in a little school league. She plays in Brooklyn, in the city. So she's playing with the girls over there that are already 2 years older than her. Right?
Ooh.
So she's already 6 feet tall. She's 14.
6 feet?
Yeah, 6 feet.
Oh, man.
So we go to put her on this new team, and the coach said, "Hey, man, she a center." I said, "No, dog, she ain't no center. She a point guard." She said, "Well, we need some big girl down the paint to grab some rebounds." I said, "Man, she a point guard." He said, "All right." I said, "Man, look, give her the basketball and you'll find out." After the practice, he came up to me. He was like, "Yep, she a point guard." I said, "I told you."
The good thing about this, Stray, I'm glad he's not coaching her 2 times a week.
No, it's a whole.
His jump shot is not like that.
Everything that she's doing in this training, like she puts on the court. And if you notice one thing about her, the only shoe that she wears is a Kobe. She won't wear nothing else. And she has a killer instinct in her that my son don't have. Because when she on the basketball court, dog, she's trying to dominate you every single time she get the ball in her hand. She's trying to make you look bad. She has a killer instinct in her that my son don't have, and he's a hell of an athlete himself. So when she step on that court, dog, she turns into a person that you don't even know because she's like a silent assassin. She don't speak. She don't talk no trash. She D up. And she get after that rock. And when she get in the open court, man, I ain't found too many people that can stop her.
So it sounds like his daughter take out the Uncle Swerve. His son his daddy plays. You know what I mean? But now that we switch to I don't want to call him a Capel, because he's smooth. He got a little brains. You know what I mean? He light skinned, this and this.
He light skinned.
This boy got some hell of a highlights too. Let's see if we can show them highlights. Yeah, that's something me and his daddy couldn't do.
Run like the wind.
Yeah.
Plex, I'm gonna ask you, man, like, cause you brought up your daughter, and now we're talking about your son here. Sed and I both get these questions a lot about our sons and playing at Michigan State. And your son recently committed to University of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Great player out of DePaul, right there. They got a picture of him looking good, wearing that 17. Both kids wearing that 17. I love it. I really love it.
Hold on, Straight. He got the 2 wristbands right where they need to be. He got his glove, but the key is he got the towel hanging.
Put that back up there for a second if you can, please.
Y'all got to break it down. See, he got the opposite mouthpiece because that's what they're doing these days. But now he got his braids hanging. This all part of the swag.
But you missed the helmet. What's on the side of the helmet?
Oh, the Spartan head.
It's the same logo. Same logo.
Same logo.
Drop the ball again.
No. So what's your mindset? Because we get asked all the time about send your kids to Michigan State. Swerve has one out in Stanford right now. Got a younger one getting recruited by everybody. And then now your son just committed to Notre Dame. What's your mindset into this?
Hold on, Pete. Before you talk, listen. When you get off the show, it's a dude. He's number 75 at IMG. When you watch 3 clips, first thing you're going to say, he way better than his daddy. He did it. Dude is a beast.
Yeah.
He definitely playing on Sunday. He's a beast. Wait till you watch him.
I love to see it, man. I love to see
Plex
it.
met him. Plex met him, both of them.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, in East Lansing. Yeah, but
man.
so what was did you want them to follow in your footsteps? Do you want your kids to follow in your footsteps? Or what was the decision? What went into the decision to go into Notre Dame rather than a Michigan State? Because everybody wants to know.
You know what, man? I made it about him. I didn't make it about me. I wanted him to make his own decision. And I was like, listen, dog, you ain't got to go to Michigan State because I went there. I mean, this is not my story. Like, this is your story. Like, you have a canvas, a blank canvas right now sitting on the easel that's blank. So you get to paint your own picture and to paint your own story. Do what you want to do, and make a decision that makes you feel comfortable. And I'm not going to tell you where to go. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But if you ask me questions, I'm going to give you advice. I'm going to give you my best advice. And with that being said, you make your own decision. So, Michigan State did offer him, but that was when, Tucker was there and everything, kind of, happened. And we're talking about Clemson, Penn State, Pitt, West Virginia, Ohio State. And it kind of fits who he is as a person. Like, he's a real faithful young man. He's into the faith and, posting, the Bible and the quotes and all of those things. And it kind of just felt that, he's a real quiet, reserved kid. And it just seems that when he went up to Notre Dame, it fits who he is as a person. You're talking about 9,000 people that go to the school versus 61,000 students that go to Michigan State and some of these other large universities. So I went up there, and the first time that he went, I didn't go. I was out in California working, and he came home. He was like, "Dad, I'm going to Notre Dame." So it kind of took me by surprise. I was like, "So you went up there one time and you just made the decision?" He was like, "Dad, is just what I want to do." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I picked up the phone and I called Freeman, the head coach. I said, "Hey, man, what the hell happened, man? My son come up there for 24 hours. He come back home telling me he going to Notre Dame." He was like, "Plex, man." He said, "I get it. I understand, man. But listen, it's a great place. Come up, sit down, come up to here and sit down and talk to me and sit with me." And we went up a few weeks ago for the first, couple spring practice, full padded practice. I mean, listen, it's a nice environment. I ain't gonna lie. So when I went up there and I got to, walk around the campus with them and do all of the things and see it, I can see, why it makes sense for him. And at the end of the day, man, it's Notre Dame. It's not a bad choice to go to school at. And I told him, I say, there's a few beautiful things about, playing the school here. He said, it doesn't matter where I'm at. I can be in Tupelo, Mississippi somewhere, and I'm going to be able to see you play on television every Saturday. So it just fits who he is as a person. He made his own decision. And, man, I couldn't be more happy for him. And I think the most impressive thing about it all is that he's going to graduate high school early. He's going to roll in January. He's going to take trigonometry this summer in summer school, and he's going to take pre-calculus in the fall. He's going to graduate DePaul Catholic High School in December, and he's going to enroll in Notre Dame in January. And he's that eager, to get started. And it kind of just blew me away. I'm like, man, you kind of think you got this time with your kids, and everything is happening so fast. You're talking about this young man being out of the dorm basically 8 months. Mm-hmm. And just, going through the whole process, you just can't believe that it's happening this fast. And I said, man, listen, going to Notre Dame is not one of those places where they're favorable or giving money in NIL deals and things like that. He looked at me and he said, "Dad, I ain't worried about that." And I was like, damn. And it blew me away, man, because you're talking about a kid at 17 years old having the opportunity to go to a Georgia or Alabama or Michigan State or wherever he could choose to go and choose to take the back seat because Notre Dame fits him and it makes him happy and not focus on the NIL deal part of it. Because he believes so much in himself that he believes that it'll come to him in the future. And that right there, when he said it to me as a dad, I was like, you know what? Hey, man, you know what you want to do, you go do it.
Yeah, but it also don't hurt that he coming from a home that got 4 levels of indoor basketball, Range Rover, Bentley when he was little. And
but if you look
first class and things like that, there you go.
Hey, there he is right there.
Yeah, man. But if you look at what these kids are getting and what they're receiving in these deals, it's crazy because not all these players that's in college and getting these NIL deals, not all of them going to the league. It's going to be some of the most money they ever make in their life. It's not guaranteed just because you get an NIL deal in college, you're going to the league.
No way.
That's just a step before if you're fortunate enough to go to the next level. So I don't know. I said, listen, man, I don't want you to look up because, he has one of his guys two of his guys on the team going to Ohio State, and they're very good. One of the top receivers in the country with my son. They're on the same team and a cornerback. I said, man, I don't want you to look up, 2 or 3 years from now. You see your guys over here getting all this money in NIL deals, and you feel like you made the wrong decision. He was like, Dad, I ain't worried about that. So, he got his head screwed on straight. And when he said that he wanted to graduate early and he is going to go graduate early and do the things that he needs to do to get to Notre Dame early and get into the spring program and the weight program and get on campus, man, nothing I can do, man, but tip my hat to the young man.
Now, you tip your hat to him, but it's also kudos to his parents, too, but for leading the way and guiding him to make that decision. You know what I mean? I was in that same situation where, like Stray say, your son's a running back. You don't want him to wear 33 and dot the I. I said, yeah, but it's not my decision. I don't have to live those 4 years on campus. I don't have to go to class. You know what I mean? Me and Pete didn't go to class. Well, we went. No, we went, but somehow, some way, it was one of those like, he looked at me, because we both had scooters together. That's why I said we came in as didn't know each other, but he had a scooter, I had a scooter. We had the same class. And it's like you get to class, he give me that look, I give him that look. And before you know, we was back playing Madden. But hey, it ain't about us though. It ain't about us, but we'll get you.
But Spur, but speaking of what you're speaking about, man, I was sitting in the car when I'm driving and I say, man, you sure about this Notre Dame thing? He said, yeah, Dad, I'm sure. And I said, man, listen, I just want you to have the best college experience and have the college experience I had. And when I said it, I wanted to take it back because when he looked at me, he was like, what was your college experience like? Never mind.
He don't know.
Never mind. You know what? Forget I even said that.
Hey, hold on. It's funny, Flex. My little one, Mari, say he had a little girlfriend, they break up. He's like, no, Daddy, I'm about to turn into Swerve. I say, no, you don't. Don't turn into Swerve. Please.
Don't
Let
do that.
Swerve be what Swerve is at. Don't do that.
Like, what does it make you feel like though? Because you touched on it, that you didn't qualify coming out of high school, right? With the testing, even though they don't do testing qualifications anymore, by the way, since COVID.
Yeah.
Now, and you had to spend a year over at what was it, Fort Union military?
6 months.
Yeah, you had to spend that time there. Now you go from that. Now your son is not only early enrolling, but you're talking about going into trigonometry and pre-calculus and all that at a prestigious academic university like Notre Dame. How does that make you feel?
Man, it's mind-boggling, man, to think that I have a young man and a daughter. My young man is like, he said, Dad, I just make good grades because it makes Mom happy. I said, boy, you're a bad boy. You can choose to make good grades when you want to. Ain't that something?
I mean,
and for him to take this road, man, he's always been extremely sharp, man. And he takes pride in, like, he loves school, man. Like, I would take him out to school to go to the dentist or to the doctor, and he with me. And I'm like, hey, man, you want to go sit down in Houston's and get some lunch? He said, no, Dad, take me back to school. I'd be like, what? He want to go back to school.
Oh, hold on, P. Hold on.
Yo, he loves school,
so you mean
man.
To tell me,
he don't want to miss school.
No, you mean to tell me you don't pick Houston over Morton's?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Barbecue shrimp with the mashed potatoes?
Any day of the week, man. Houston
over
Morton's.
Oh, so you going back to the Hawaiian? I know my dog. But hey, man, it's funny too, man, because I always joke with my son and I say, going into Stanford, it wasn't a regular offer. This dude had to write an essay. He had to do all this type of stuff just to then go through a board and stuff like that. And I told him straight up, I say, son, there's no way in hell I could have went to Stanford. I had over 40-some offers, but Stanford knew not to offer me because I'm not taking no AP classes in no high school. I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that. And I tell you, going to the number 2 school in the country. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that, first of all, where you was brought up, no one's coming out here can go there. You know what I mean? But, and I also told him, you got to live it. But on that note, I got to show this because I got to show my nephew catching this ball, man. He and y'all show me and let me know if he got better hands than his daddy. Go ahead. Well, show Plex on, and then we'll come back and show.
Look at that size, the ability to get off the line of scrimmage. That's what Plaxico Burress brings to your offense. The productivity at 17-yard average per catch. You see a lot of 5'9", 5'10", 5'11" corners. That's an imposing frame with long arms and huge hands. A very competitive player, very aggressive football player. He'll go anywhere to catch the football. Deep, come inside, hit those inside receptions. The big routes, I think the route running ability needs to be upgraded. But he's still a little raw. Remember, only played 2 years. You see the aggressiveness here, the downfield blocking ability. Here, the reception, and then almost looks like a tight end in the open field with that size and strength. Here, after the interception, making a tackle. He did a great job on special teams when he first came to Michigan State. So he rounds off his game, a little raw right now. This is against Florida. Citrus Bowl. He knew he was coming out. Juniors can't go to all-star games either. This is my last opportunity to showcase my skills. He put together a great effort. Now, will he be able to come into the NFL and take it by storm? He may take a little while to develop, but he's going to complement Troy Edwards.
But see, what people don't understand, he did it in high-top Reeboks. Imagine he had them low-top Nikes on.
It was crazy back then, man. Playing at Michigan State was the first time that I have ever been on AstroTurf. So I was just like, what the hell is this? Like, I'm from Virginia, man. We play football on grass.
Right.
And then Saban, he didn't make it any better. He made us wear the high socks, like we was already in the league. And then we had Reebok. I was like, I didn't know what to do. I mean, he didn't leave me too many options.
hey, Sherry, I don't know if the people know that because we got great followings, alumni, and this, and I want you to talk about this because you one guy, P. Diddy, that gonna speak his mind. Plaxico wrote a book.
Yeah.
And in his book, he said something about Saban that made so much sense. And what he said about Saban came to, is this the word, fruition? Is that how you say that?
Fruition.
Because what he said, and when what I thought about it, I read some of the book, clip notes, that this guy had the best season of his college career, and we end up beating a team that no one thought we can beat, and he leaves when he tell us he wasn't leaving. So now, if you think about what Plex said, I don't know how many years later it is now. Now these kids get an opportunity to go leave and get money just as the head coach did. Speak on that, P.
Man, you know what? I think after the Northwestern game, I had a game, man. It was like 4 catches, 165 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And I think that kind of put the stamp on I was leaving. And so, Nick Saban called me into his office. And, I'm like, damn, what I do yesterday? Because when Nick called you in the office, you in trouble.
Problem, yeah.
He didn't have this open door policy now with these coaches have, where you just walk in and you start having a conversation with him. You was in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, damn, man, what I do? So I'm sitting across from Saban, and I'm like, what's up, coach? And he looked at me. He was like, so I'm hearing all of these rumors of, you thinking about leaving school. And I said, yeah, man, I've been talking to some people, and they say I'm a top 10 pick. And he looked me in my face. He said, well, I don't think you're that dominating of a receiver yet. And I was like, okay. He said, I got you late the first round, early second. And I was like, well, man, that ain't what I'm hearing. So I'm going to just keep continuing. I'm going to play the rest of the season. I'm going to make a decision. And he was like, well, I brought you to Michigan State to get a scholarship and to finish what you started. And I was like, yeah, coach, I understand it. But, I'm in a situation to where, I'm a top 10 pick, man. I think it's best for me and my family for me to go. He was like, well, I want you to finish what you started. And I was like, all right, cool. So fast forward, this was probably maybe week 7 or 8. And we get to the end of the season. He walks into the locker room and he was like, hey guys, how would you like to play in the Citrus Bowl? We all went crazy. So we all go crazy. And I'm like, all right, Citrus Bowl. But right in my mind, off topic, like we should have played in the Orange Bowl against Alabama because we beat Michigan and they put Michigan in the Orange Bowl to play Alabama, which we should have had that game. All right, make a long story short. So Saban calls an emergency team meeting. And I'm like, yo, man, we got a team meeting. We walk into the, the Claire Bell Center, brand new back then. Yeah. It's brand spanking new.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, man, I know you guys been hearing the rumors about me leaving, going to LSU. I'm committed to the program. I brought you guys here. I'm here to stay. We was like, cool. Man, the next day, Nick Saban was gone, cuz. Mm-hmm. When I say gone, they had him a video of him, holding his wife. Was it Terry? His wife?
Yeah, Miss Terry, yeah.
Yeah, holding his wife's hand, walking out the door, and I ain't seen him since. So the fact that he told me to stay in school and finish what I started, I look back at it, LSU offered him a 6-year, $36 million deal. My man was gone. And I was like, well, damn, he beat me out the door. I guess it's time for me to go too. So listen, it don't make me a bad person. I mean, you just showed me what it's about, baby.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I made the decision to leave. And I always look back at this, man. I tell people that our team was so good. We went 9-2. We lost to Wisconsin and Purdue that year. And if Nick Saban would have stayed, I would have came back and played for my senior year. On top of that, me and Charles Rogers would have played together.
Wow.
No, go back.
Could you imagine?
No. Go back a little bit.
Playing on the same team.
Oh, man.
Lex, go back a little bit and tell the people what shit you give me all the time when we get together. We talk about what
you took away our chance to win a national championship.
Yeah.
I really believe that because, dog, I mean, where we were as a team, 99 year. If you was on that football team, man,
with TJ.
And me and the defense that we had, look at that defense we had. Man, we had the top run defense in the country. We was only giving up like 49 yards a game.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We had the best defense in the country, no doubt. And we had an offense. But if you would have stayed, man, I'm telling you, we would have played in the Rose Bowl. And we would have had an opportunity to play for a national championship.
Yeah, TJ would have been a good guy to hold my book bags and my kids.
Oh, here we go.
Stuff like that, you know what I mean? Especially about the came back. But real quick, man, I got to show my nephew highlights, man, because I just want the people to see what could have been if we had 17 out there on the field. Not just that, but I wish we can have a show where we can sit down and say, okay, because Stray got 2 hogs, and I mean hogs in a good way, 2 dogs, 2 pit bull route rollers. You know what I mean? One probably could have played D-line. We got an offensive lineman. We could have had a running back that's dotting the I, that's a smart dot, not like his dad. Then we could have had another Irvin come back to play outside linebacker. We could have had the base of it, and not knowing the other dads out there that Spartan Dawgs that had kids as well. And that could have been a beautiful thing to watch those guys do what their dads did. Watch my nephew, y'all. He's smooth. Just watch him real quick.
Arguably the greatest catch in Super Bowl history led to the winning touchdown grab to upset the only team to post a 16-0 regular season record. Plaxico Burress is the man who made the catch in the end zone, and now his son Elijah is making some big-time grabs at the prep level. This is Elijah Burress, a 6'1" junior wide receiver for DePaul Catholic in Wayne, New Jersey, a school just 17 miles away from the old New York Giants stadium where his dad used to lace him up. Just a quick look at the tape, you'll see that Elijah portrays a lot of the same abilities as his pops. So far on the season, he's hauled in 23 catches for 419 yards and 5 TDs. 7 of those grabs for 117 yards and 1 touchdown came against the best team in the state, Bergen Catholic, on September 30th, and less than a week later, Burress received his first D1 offers from Duke and Liberty. Not only is Elijah balling out, but his team is winning as the Spartans advance to the New Jersey Non-Public B Championship on November 28th, where they'll take on Red Bank Catholic. So will it be another season concluding in a championship for the Burress family?
Crazy.
Kiss the baby. Kiss the baby. Kiss the goddamn baby.
Yeah, man.
It's
surreal to me because you look at everything that they said in the video and you try to put it all together with the plan and me wearing number 17, him wearing number 17, and him playing football 17 miles. His school is 17 miles from the stadium. And you know what? It's just crazy, man, to think that, for me to sit there and watch him, it's like he does things that I didn't teach him. And some things you can't be taught. And you like, man, this dude is like really, really, really gifted. And I was telling him, I said, man, listen, because he kind of patterns his game after Justin Jefferson and Stephon Diggs and Jamar Chase and, Devontae Adams. So he takes a little bit from everybody's game and he tries to put it all into his. And I said to him, I said, man, listen, I said, you do know all the guys that you just named in high school and the Tyreek Hills and all those guys, like those guys were track stars.
Mm-hmm.
I said, man, because they run for a living. But he didn't run track. So that video that you showed earlier, that was his first track meet ever. Ever. I had to walk down on the field, on the court, because where he goes to school at, they don't even have a track. They train in a parking lot on the asphalt.
What?
They don't have a track at his school.
Wow.
It's called Get It Out the Mud.
That's getting it out the mud. That's a private school.
They don't have a track. They run on asphalt, so all his meets are away. So the other day at the track meet, I go down there and I set up his blocks. He don't even know how to get up the blocks. So I go down there, I line up his blocks, 1 foot, 2 feet. I say, hey man, listen, when you come out of this thing, man, just don't pop straight up. Try to stay low for like 10, 15 yards. And then, you turn it on. I say, I want you to run this curve and stay close to that line as you possibly can. And you run the curve. Don't worry about the people behind you. If you catch that man that's in front of you, they're not going to catch you. So he get in the block, bam, take off. And when he get to, I said, man, the race don't start till about the 150 mark.
Mm-hmm.
Open it up, stay strong and run. And after the track meet, he ran 102. He stumbled out of the blocks in 100, won the 100. He said, Dad, I'm going to win the state championship in 102 minute, 100 meter. I said, man, listen, I know you fast now, but when you do that track, it's a whole different
smaller
speed. And do you know that 200 meters that he ran the other day, he qualified for nationals, and it's the fastest time in the state of New Jersey.
What? What'd he run?
21.5. It's the fastest time.
Oh, 21. Hey.
In the state of New Jersey, and it's his first track meet.
The boy is running like it's Uncle Swerve.
How cold? What was the temperature out there, Plex? It looked like it was in the 40s, 50s or something, man.
It was probably 57 degrees.
Oh, man. He might be a 20-pointer. 20.9, 20.8.
And he only gonna get better.
Like it's Uncle Swerve.
Hey, we got the 100 meter. I think we got the 100 meter race too. Do we have that? You can see it real
Show it all. Now, see, my thing is the two guys in the back. I wouldn't have been mad if they just would have stopped and went to the side. If I'm a coach, I'm gonna be like, hey man, you tried, you made it right. That's a good business decision. You cool.
Oh man, 21.5 in the cold. That's legit speed right there, brother. That's legit. I don't care where you are. Now you talked about some of the whole saving thing and whether or not you would have stayed again. Looking at what's going on today, and I know you said Elijah doesn't even care about the NIL, but thinking about you in this era, because Swerve and I talked about that a lot. Swerve, he was trying to break the bank. What would you have done if Michigan State at that time had NIL been legal? If they paid you, and would it have been an easier decision for you to stay or still go to the NFL as a top 10?
Listen, I wanted to stay in college, but I was presented with some opportunities, that opportunity to go. And you know what? At that time, like my mom was evicted out of her home, and she was living with my grandma. She didn't have her own place, so my mom, my two brothers was sleeping. They were all sleeping in the same bed. And we had some events that had took place, when I was in college. And my brother called me, and he was like, my mom was working in the gas station, and the gas station got robbed at gunpoint, and she was working the cash register, and it broke me down so bad at that time. And I was like, man, I gotta get out of here, dog. You know what I mean? So that happened, and it kind of pushed. It left me no option but to leave and to go. But selfishly, I wanted to stay because.
Now, did you want to stay because the PYTs, the case hold, I knew I had somebody. Straight, I knew I had somebody that had the same mindset I had.
Oh yeah.
So man, we didn't even know we were having so much fun in college, man. We didn't even understand how much fun we were having, man.
At all.
We did not. Like Modem had just won a national championship. Me and Sid went to every game. My mom was at the game at the Auburn Palace when they beat Iowa State and Marcus Sizer and Jamal Tinsley, and we were all at that game. And Sid Mo threw us a ball in the stand. We got our cowboy hats on, the sleeves cut up. We don't miss a game. I
still got that picture, man. I still got that.
We don't miss a game for the whole tournament.
Yeah,
we were having so much fun that we didn't even understand. Like everybody had this. Everybody was motivated to get to the next level. So we were all like pushing each other, you know what I mean, to get there and to go. And you just look at the guys that we had on this football team, on that basketball team, how many guys went to the next level and had the careers that we had. You're talking about a class from 96 to 2000 that changed the landscape of that university forever. Yeah. Forever. It'll never be the same. That 96 to 2000 it created a culture of Michigan State that is still there today, and it will never go away. And I remember me getting drafted, right? I leave school after the Super Bowl and I go out to Irvine, California, and I'm training out there. And I'm like, man, this is like too much work. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I'm training every day. I ain't got my friends with my boys with me. Everybody back in school, they having fun. I'm focusing on the draft. I'm getting in shape. So I was like, you know what, man? I'm going back home, going to Florida or something. So I went down to Florida, started training, and I get drafted to go to Pittsburgh. and I get drafted. Back then, we were having like 3-a-day mini camps. We was in Three Rivers back then. So we would have 8 o'clock, 8 to 9:30. Then we would go out. We would have, we go to meetings. We have a lunch. We'll go from like 2 to 3:30, going to watch that. And then we would come out for a late night, kind of jaw through from like 6 to 8. That's how it was back in 2000. And so about a week of that went by, and I'm like, man, I ain't been outside. I get in my car, I go to Three Rivers, I go home. I'm doing this every day. And I'm like, man, I ain't think the league was like this. I want to have some fun. So I went in Coach Cowell's office, true story. I said, Coach, man, he said, this doesn't make any sense, man. You know what? I just want to go back to school and have fun and be with my friends, man. He was like, yeah, kid, I know. It's a big change for you. I said, Coach, man, I just want to go back to school, man, and have fun. He said, yeah, I understand it's a business. This is a business. He said, it's one of the things you understand. He said, but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. He said, I want you to practice tomorrow, and I want you to go back to campus until the next mini camp. And he let me miss the whole next week of practice so I could go back to school and kick it with Mo and everybody, because we really didn't have an opportunity to celebrate the national championship, because after that game, I went straight to the New York Jets for an interview. I didn't even have a chance to really celebrate with them. So Coach Cowell lets me go back to East Lansing, and I go back, man, and I partied for like a whole week and a half, 2 weeks up there, and I got it out of my system. And Coach Cowell was like, when you come back, I want you to be ready. And I kicked it for like a week and a half, every day, partied. And I was like, you know what? All right, now it's time for me to go back to work. I got it all out. But the whole moral of the story was that, man, I enjoyed college so much that, man, we didn't even understand it because we were kids. And what we were doing at that time is that we were creating greatness within ourselves, and we were just having fun and didn't even realize and understand what we were doing and the mark that we would leave on that school forever, man, because we were kids, man, partying, balling.
Here we go.
Right there.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. Man, we were having
that look in your eyes.
Oh, man. We was on one.
Red cups.
We was on one. Man, I enjoyed it.
The testament to that P is like what I tell my kids. I wish I had a me during my times of growing up playing sports and training. We had to learn everything on our own and do everything on our own. So I always tell her, I say, man, the things that I'm telling you, I'm instilling you what I wanted someone to instill in me, but I had to learn on my own, and it worked for me. So now if you just take some of this and add whatever your coaches are teaching you and put it together, your dad ain't got to work no more. Because I want the NIL. I'm different. I want it. Give me a key to a house or to a car. I want it. I'm like Jay Morant dad or Lamar Ball dad. You know what I mean? But man, P, man, one thing about it, I know we brothers, every time we talk, we in the conversation, we say we love each other, man. But one thing about it, I'm going to tell you, man, I'm proud of you. We both saw each other grow from a-holes to, to what we are now, man. Because one thing about it, straight, what we did was, I didn't even got to tell them. On Sunday morning, what was our go-to? What did we eat Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon before NFL came on? Start with a C.
Calzone.
And what we washed it down with?
Whatever we had to drink.
And that ice cream.
Tasty Twist.
Whoa. Great. I'm talking about
Tasty Twist.
Tasty Twist with the ice cream, with the chocolate, with the extra Oreo.
Yeah, okay.
After we did stretch and stride, we'll get in the living room. We'll go get us a calzone. We'll watch a little bit. We'll finish the calzone. and we'll watch that thing with the ice cream, and then 20 minutes later, guess what? He on my shoulder, I'm on his shoulder.
Hey, and when we really wanted to treat ourselves good, we had a little extra cheese or whatever. We were right over there at Hershey's. Boy, remember that Hershey's?
Oh, those steak spots.
That was the best steak, man. That was the best steak we ever had.
Oh man, that was good. I remember that.
They used to have them little chicken tenders in that little aluminum bowl, boy. Little chicken tenderloin.
Boy, y'all bringing it back right there. Man, talk about them days, man. So you broke Courtney Hawkins' record. You know, we're gonna let you get out of here. I think it was like his record from '89. You got that 65? It's 65 or 66 catches for you.
It was 65 and 66 back then.
Back to back.
Back then, yep.
Okay. And then you had that record. Everybody loves to talk about that Michigan record, the school down the road. You had 200. What was that? How many yards?
Oh, it was 255.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah. And what's that dude name that was talking shit?
Oh, David Terrell. You know what, man? He's from Richmond. He's from Richmond, Virginia. So, had a couple guys
in that.
Had a couple guys from that secondary.
Ate his ass up.
So James Whitley was from Norfolk. He's from my hometown where I was born at, but I was raised in Virginia Beach. He was number 5. He was from Virginia. And David Terrell was from Virginia. They kept saying, in high school, because he came in the year after me, they were saying that he was better than me in high school. And I'm like, ain't no way in the hell he was better than me in high school. I was number 1 wide receiver in the country coming out. I ain't never heard of him. Mm-hmm. So then when they disrespected him and they put him on me, I said, man, listen, man. This ain't gonna happen, dog.
Not with my mama.
So then he came out, I got him off a little balance with a little tap, and then I ran up in his mouth and then I gored him. Yeah. And like that. He got up. I was like, dog, I'm the best football player you ever gonna play against in your life. I told him
in his face.
Straight up. And then we came back, we lined up in the slot, and I end up, they put me on a Q route, which is a 5-step 3 and in and flatten out. And Billy B put it on the sideline. And I jumped up and I looked at him. I shook my head. I was like, no, you can't cover me, man. Can't cover me. Can't cover me.
No.
Yeah. Hey, man, you look back at it, man, it's like, man, I averaged 100 yards a game in college, man.
Yeah.
It didn't even register. It didn't even register until they put Marvin Harrison Jr. stats up on the television. And I looked at it and I was like, damn, we got the same exact numbers in college.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, I averaged 100 yards a game for 2 seasons.
Yeah, but you also got to thank me for facing the 7-8 man front.
Man, you ain't got no damn.
Hey, talk about that 98 game, Plex, at Ohio State. You got off there too, didn't you?
You know what, man? I didn't lose a game to Ohio State or Notre Dame.
No, yeah, Notre Dame.
We did not.
We lost to Notre Dame.
Nope.
Yeah, we went down there, man, and they was talking all this, the best secondary in the country.
Man, just said we went down there and kicked their ass.
Man, I had 104 yards in the first quarter. And I was like, Antoine Winfield, man, this little guy. I don't give a damn how tough he is. I know he can tackle, but can he cover?
Let's throw it up, Billy.
With all due respect, I done played against Twan in the college and pro. But he was like 5'10", 170 pounds. I'm like, I know he's physical. I know he's the best tackling corner in all of college football, but no. No. I can't go back home and let you cover me. Yeah, we went down there. We won that game, man, and it was the grand showing of Julian Peterson.
Oh man,
the game he had that game, man, like 4 sacks, strip fumble,
and let's not talk about when we got back.
Oh, it was at the airport. It was at the airport.
If they would have had cell phone back then, we would have been finished.
Hey, dog, I'm gonna tell you a crazy story about that night. After we get back, the fans at the airport.
Yeah.
And back then we had the little answer machine. You could. So I get back, my red button jumping. So I push play. It's Fred T. and Javon cursed on the phone on my voicemail. He's like, "Hey, dog, we sure thank y'all for beating Ohio State, man. Now we're gonna be number 1 in the country next week." Yo, get out of here, man. What you talking about?
Thank y'all.
They were so happy we beat Ohio State. They were like, "Dog, we're gonna be number 1 in the country." But yeah, man, that was a game right there, man.
Man, great memories.
And I never lost to Notre Dame. And the coach said, when I went up there a couple weeks ago, he said, "You been to Notre Dame?" I said, "I only been here to whip ass. That's it." I ain't never seen the campus. I ain't never seen the campus or nothing.
And he's a Buckeye too. Freeman.
He is. Yeah. Freak. He's a Buckeye.
Went up there and punched Rudy in the mouth.
And hey, we beat Notre Dame so much they took us off the schedule.
They sure did. Right. And we got a trophy game with them.
Y'all messing up our chance getting that championship. Well, find somebody else to play with then. We ain't it.
Yeah.
All right, P, man. I know you got to get on another Zoom call because I know you big business now, man. I'm proud of you, brother.
Yeah,
and
man.
I love you and I appreciate you, homie.
So no doubt, baby. Straight.
Yeah, man. Appreciate
always,
you.
baby.
Hey, man. Thanks for joining us, brother. Anytime we got to have you back. Come to a game too, man. We got to get you on. I know you like coming on the sideline.
For sure.
Hanging out.
Damn, Shay, you gonna make me go get a stick, man.
Yeah.
It's only right. It's only right.
Give me a little chicken parm or some pasta or something. You know what I mean? All right,
bro.
Yeah.
Plaxico Burress, man. Hey, only one. That's a one of a kind right there. Hey, man, appreciate you getting him on here, Sid.
One thing about it, boy, we had some characters, but to hear them characters talk now, there's no way we would have sound. Well, I probably still sound like the same bunnies back then, but I'm just proud of my brothers, man. Growing up, being fathers, and making business decisions, and just living in prosperity, man.
Yeah, and now being fathers on the other end of this thing, you know. And for the fans out there, I know there's people gonna say like, "Why it ain't over yet until they sign," right? But one thing that we didn't cover, I mean, I don't think Michigan State really reached out to Elijah, man. So or Amari and or the Strayhorn boy. So that's a whole nother show. I like how you brought that up. Like, what if they just went after the legacy kids? What would it look like? What if
we could have had our own reality show? Follow the dads going to the game, we yelling at our kids and all that stuff.
I know.
One thing about it, Straight, that's the past. I can't wait the next Saturday though.
Oh baby, what's gonna happen?
I'm gonna have
Put
my
that
red
up there again. There it is, right there.
Straight. I'm gonna have my red cup. I'm gonna be laughing. I'm gonna be dancing. I'm gonna be hugging. I'm gonna be taking pictures. I'm not just taking pictures of myself. I'm taking pictures of the fans, the alumni. I'm just gonna have a great time. And I'm asking the people now, please don't judge me, because I'm just gonna be rejoicing because I'm happy.
That's it. Just
I
rejoice.
want everybody to come out, man. I want them to say this is the most people ever came to a tailgate or after party, and we rocked it.
That's right. All sports are welcome. All. I'm telling you. So look, it's going to be a great event, and obviously that's going to be after they see the Spartan Dawgs out there on that field doing what they do in the spring showcase. So we're all excited about that. So we will see you guys again. It was a great show, Swerve, on Tuesday. We'll be back on Tuesday. And then, obviously we all getting prepared for April 20th. So for Swerve Irvin in the Cigar Lounge, Jason Strayhorn, this is Sparta MSU. Everybody, you guys have a good night. God bless you, and go green.
Go white.